200 languages and more than 35 different cuisines available across the region. Manchester is an original modern city, a role it has performed for several centuries. Greater Manchester has, over the last 300 years, been a powerhouse for new ideas and pioneering achievement. There are at least 25 Nobel laureates associated with the city and Greater Manchester. Through its development in science, industry and technology, it has done much to create the modern world. Culturally, in music, literature and drama, it has played a significant global role too. Manchester begins with the Romans and their fort of Manicum at Castlefield, founded in AD 79, the same year Vesuvius erupted and destroyed Pompeii. It was a significant fort, and the strategic nature of the site would guarantee the town's future importance. After the Romans, Manchester was abandoned until resettled by the Saxons, who moved into the area around the cathedral. Gradually, it became the largest and most significant town in the region. Then something unprecedented. In the 50 years either side of 1800, it became world famous, the byword for industrialization. Almost every country in the world had their own Manchester. Osaka was dubbed the Manchester of Japan. Ahmedabad was the Manchester of India. And there are so many in the United States of America, we've lost count. Textiles, particularly cotton and engineering, led to this explosion and effect went far beyond industrial growth as a new type of society was forged, leading Manchester to get the title the Shop City of the Age. And James Prescott Joule, whose surname now constitutes the unit of energy, the Joule. The Great Hall features the celebrated Manchester murals, 12 paintings by pre-Raphaelite artist Ford Madox Brown, illustrating episodes in the city's history. The clock tower rises to 87 metres or 288 feet. It houses Great Abel, named after the Lord Mayor at the time of opening, Abel Hayward. Every November and December since 1997, the area in front of the tower and the surrounding streets transformed into the Manchester Christmas Market, with over 300 stores, bars and cafes. The town hall frequently features in movies and TV as the body double for the Houses of Parliament. For example, the first Guy Ritchie directed Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. and the original House of Cards TV series. The Town Hall and Town Hall Extension houses the city's administration. In 2016, Manchester became the first British council to have a majority of female councillors. Act for a City, which in 1903, Evelyn Pankhurst founded the Women's Social and Political Union, a movement better known as the Suffragettes.
Again, welcome back to Dennis Trident Enthusiast after a dinner break. Welcome back to Dennis Trident Enthusiast 17673. So welcome again to my videos, the extremely good videos. This is the Euro 2 engine, not the Euro 4 engine like we've done for several weeks on the peak sites here.
Albert Square, here, takes its name from the Albert Memorial, which predates the Manchester Town Hall by 10 years. The memorial was designed by Thomas Worthington. Under the canopy is a statue of Prince Albert by Matthew Noble. A little to the north of the memorial, again by Thomas Worthington, is the Jubilee Fountain from 1897, commemorating Queen Victoria's 60th year on the throne.
Welcome again back to Dennis Trident Enthusiast. This is the last tour now for the day. So not the earlier tour where it was just a 60 minutes because of that delay. The horrible delay on the first one of the day. The first tour of the day. And the second tour of the day, which was fast. And this is the last tour for the day. So you've done about 2 tours on the Euro 2 Trident.
With many notable buildings. The sandstone building with attached columns on the right was the first permanent provincial bank of England from 1846. The very large white Portland stone building was built as the offices for the Manchester Ship Canal in 1929. Opposite is the former Reform Club, now occupied by restaurants and shops, including Pretty Green, a shop owned by Liam Gallagher, formerly the Manchester band Oasis. On the first floor is a balcony from which Prime Ministers such as William Gladstone, Winston Churchill and Lloyd George spoke. Known as Metrolink, Manchester's tram system is the largest in the UK. In 1988, government approval was granted to bring trams back to the streets of Manchester, and the first route between Bury and Victoria Station was opened in 1992. There are now 8 routes running through the city centre and into Greater Manchester. In addition, there is the Metro Shuttle, a free bus system numbered 1, 2 and 3, linking the main rail stations, car parks, shopping areas and businesses. Attention, we will shortly be travelling underneath an electric tram cable. For your safety, please stay seated.
So welcome back to this Trident enthusiast for the last round trip on the Euro 2.
On these streets led the area to be dubbed the half square mile, after the square mile of the Neutral District in London. Manchester city centre main radio transmitter crowns City Tower, the tallest element of the complex, at 107 metres, 350 feet. The concrete decoration down the side is said to represent early computer circuitry, a nod to Manchester's status as a computer pioneer, particularly with the machine tagged Baby from 1948, the first computer to have an electronic memory. As we approach the traffic lights, you might glimpse Manchester's Chinatown and its magnificent gate. The district has restaurants, medicine shops, financial and legal services, and supermarkets.
So welcome to Dennis Trident enthusiast. Hopefully you've had a good day so far on this is Euro 2 special. This is for 1 year special today. And we apologise about it running late, so welcome to 1 year special. So we're having 2 videos together. As a one off for year 1 year special, so thanks for 1 year support on Dennis Trident enthusiast. I appreciate you all. Even filming the Euro 2s and the withdrawals have been hard, but at least we've managed to do something nice and good on the channel, so I thank you all.
This area around Canal Street comprises Manchester's gay village. A pedestrianised street, which runs along the west side of the Rochdale Canal, is lined with bars and restaurants. Canal Street was developed when the canal was constructed in 1804, a trade artery running through the city and the first waterway to cross the country linking east and west coasts. Pubs and other businesses evolved to service the users of the canal. Canal Street is the hub for the Manchester Pride Big Weekend, held each August bank holiday. Starting off from humble beginnings in 1989, the event is now one of the largest of its kind within the UK.
Jókor jöttünk jó helyre.
Igen.
Nem figyeltem magam.
19 óta megy ez a buzi.
I don't know, it's all the cameras, so unfortunately that's how it's going to be old. So, this is the 1 year special, that's what we've done today. My admin's a team what sucks. Stadium, the rubbish naughty Manchester, naughty Manchester United Football Stadium, my admin, my editor, as he wants to call him. He's at the rubbish support. No one likes football, so we don't allow it. So he's gone because he hates this channel so much and working for it. He's made his own way to Manchester. He was a bit featured, but this is the 1 year special for Dennis Trident enthusiasts, so I'm going to apologise about that. At the moment we're all tired, we're all not sleeping alright, so basically I'm just about to sleep, so I can't sleep, but unfortunately
A town street is named after Roger A-Town. A-Town came to Manchester from Scotland in 1769. In his 20s, Roger married 65-year-old Barbara Minshull to much scandal, who was one of the North West's wealthiest people and owner of swathes of land across Manchester. The most prominent building on the street is the mighty Crown Courts complex over the Rochdale Canal. It was designed by Thomas Worthington and opened in 1871 as the City Police Courts.
192. No, this is a breezy ball.
Attention, we will shortly be illuminating an electric tram train. For your safety, please stay seated.
Csak egy betegség ez. Mennyi búzja van?
Mennyi fog jönni ilyenkor, mennyi de jó, hogy holnap elmegyünk innen.
Lehet, hogy a bárban bementünk, az egy központi kvízibár. Csak hasonló.
Az nem, az biztos, hogy nem az.
Az ellentábor.
Az ellentábor volt, szerintem meggyűjtik az előjükre. Lehet, hogy tényleg azért tényleg sorodni. Annak mindenki dobálni.
V168 MEV.
Most visszolnak föl. Lerészelgetnek, lehajasodnak, hogy ezt...
Valaki mondta is nekem, azt mondta, hogy mit vártok, amikor egy ilyen buzi nyelvet van beszélt az angol, az affektáló.
Kik az angolok?
Igen. Volt, hogy nem Jeff mondta nekem azt, hogy ezek beszélnek, mert annyira buzis. Ne csodálkozz, hogy ezek történnek.
Mondja ezt egy ír.
Ja.
Biztos van benne igazság.
Ja. Nézd, hogy rövidül lólóba, rakisztére lehet beszerelni. Nem fázik. Eljöttem azt, hogy akkor mindig ki akarod.
Dennis Trident.
Szerintem.
Hogy?
Flag. Stagecoach.
Van felkelt.
Man. Portland
Nem
Street.
kiméri a búzt.
So welcome to the Trident
Yes.
of my home.
Most van egy kis mélyponton, valami egyetemben, vagy nem érted, hogy ott sokan vannak közel.
Hát ez utána az a főterész a belvárosban, nem? Piccadilly Fort West Street. Nem tudok hova.
Londonban is
Igen.
angol speciális. Most már jövőre 2025-ben elköltünk. Hát most már látom,
Hol ünnepel?
lépésről lépésre. A voltál Luciában,
Hello, my name's Naomi, and I will be assisting Dominic with this tour today. If you've just joined the tour, welcome aboard. Get comfy and enjoy the ride.
Let's go sit downstairs. Let's go sit downstairs.
Warm up for your blanket. Annyira megfoghatatlan volt ez a nem most csak települtem, mert mindannyian tele voltunk izgalma, és az egészben semmit nem érzett. Van erre tök jó TikTok videó, hogy mi a kopák a Dániás őrzők között a nővel, azt sosem tudom megjegyezni. Mert nagyon dános. Valami lót.
Before 1755, the area, now known as Piccadilly Gardens, which lies on the left, was occupied by water-filled clay pits called the Daub Holes. In 1755, the Manchester Royal Infirmary was built here. The majority of the hospital buildings were demolished in 1910, and in 1914, the area was finally cleared and transformed into a large space within the city centre. It was in the former Royal Hotel in Piccadilly Gardens that the world's first professional football league was ratified in 1888.
Én is el akarok aludni.
Jól megírtuk a fekete teát, az extra-szól.
Szarcsír.
Fekete teát.
So anyway guys, we're watching Dennis Trident Enthusiast, hopefully having a good day. Basically, Euro 2's man is here. I'm your man. No, I'm not. You don't know why man is playing, so you just think
We are now entering an area known as the Northern Quarter. The streets around here, Newton Street, Lever Street and Stevenson Square, are characterised by large converted textile warehouses. They hint at Manchester's previous dominance, when the city controlled 80% of the world's cotton trade. UK production would peak between 1912 and 1914, with up to 8 billion linear yards of finished cotton production. The nearest rival was Japan with 56 million linear yards. Business declined after World War II, as production rose in countries closer to the raw material and with cheaper labour. The Royal Exchange closed in 1968, and there is no cotton industry in Greater Manchester today. The old warehouses in the city centre still provide strong bones for the city, and have now been converted into apartments, offices, bars and restaurants. Famous Northern Quarter shopping can be found in Affleck's Palace and Manchester Craft and Design Centre. There are numerous live music venues such as Band on the Wall, The Castle, Night and Day and Matt and Friends.
Manchester Arndale follows the curve of the road here on the left. Building commenced in 1972, and the area was a patchwork of mostly Victorian buildings forming a 17th and 18th century layout of streets and alleys. This area has been rebuilt in the last couple of decades. On Saturday, June 15, 1996, the IRA detonated a powerful bomb in Corporation Street, causing devastating damage to the Arndale Centre and surrounding areas, but there were no fatalities. The bomb rebuild has won many awards, provided far more public space and attracted big names in retail and food and drink. These days, Manchester Arndale is home to over 200 stylish stores, making it one of the largest inner-city shopping centres in the UK.
So this is 17168 V168.
Printworks Entertainment Venue is located on the site of the business premises of the 19th century newspaper proprietor Edward Holton. established in 1873. Current premises became the largest city centre newspaper printing house in Europe and housed a printing press until 1986. Visitors today will find an array of restaurants, bars, clubs, and even an IMAX cinema. The large building on the left over the tram line is the Corn Exchange, a fine Edwardian building mostly from 1903, now home to a wide variety of restaurants.
Our next stop is the National Football Museum. The green glass building on the left, hosting the National Football Museum, is called Urbis and opened in June 2002 as a symbol of regeneration after the IRA's 1996 Manchester bombing. Since 2012, Urbis has been home to the National Football Museum, which, covering 4 floors, has the largest collection of football-related memorabilia in the UK and attracts over 500,000 visitors each year.
The original Victoria Station was designed by George Stephenson and completed by 1844, of which part still remains in the current structure. The 2012 new block at Cheetham's School of Music is on the left. The school was established in 1969, incorporating Cheetham's Hospital School, founded as a charity school by Humphrey Cheetham in 1653. The ancient sandstone walls of Cheetham's rise up on the left. These are in many ways the most enchanting Manchester buildings and the oldest complete structures in the city. They began life as priests' quarters in a nearby church in 1421. In 1653, through his will, successful merchant Humphrey Cheetham created a school for poor boys and a library, much of which can still be visited. Today, it is the School of Music. The library is the most precious space in the building and is now the oldest free public library in the English-speaking world. Manchester Cathedral is the seat of the Bishop of Manchester and the city's parish church. Parts of the cathedral date back to 1215. There has been a church on this site for around 1300 years. The cathedral was badly damaged during the Christmas blitz of 1940. Fortunately, most of the woodwork survived. This forms some of the finest such art in the United Kingdom. The choir and nave ceiling are particularly magnificent. Once across the River Irwell, we are now in the city of Salford, Manchester's twin. It received city status in 1926. A sleepy place until the Industrial Revolution, it shared its neighbour's sudden rise in the early 19th century. It has its own cathedral, university, and was home to the port of Manchester, now the Quays, on the Manchester Ship Canal. With Media City UK, the city hosts perhaps the largest concentration of broadcast media in Europe.
There's Volvo Gemini. There's that one I've got for what's in there. There we are. A free bus. 15540.
Kamocska kicsi kerttel.
That's got too late to Stagecoach.
És vannak egy kis
Stagecoach.
szépségkertek, de mellettem
Ott a
ebből
nagy
sok
lakott.
ilyen ronda, olyan jellegtelen.
This is Stagecoach.
The old church here is Sacred Trinity and started life in 1634. The tower is original. The rest of the church was rebuilt in 1752. The church was founded 7 years before the outbreak of the English Civil Wars in 1642. The most moving monument within the church is to the 400 officers and men of the Salford battalions of the Lancashire Fusiliers who were killed on the 1st of July 1916.
Ez is a csodálom. Nyúlni kell amúgy is.
Nekem azok volt biztos. Én is nagyon kicsi résen nézem a dolgot.
No, this is the trident.
Tartját. Tartját.
Not so far away from Sacred Trinity was the site of the Reverend William Cowherd's Bible Christian Church. In 1809, the aptly named preacher persuaded his congregation to give up meat and alcohol. This became the inspiration of the UK's Vegetarian Society, which was formed in 1847 and still resides in the region at Altrincham in South Manchester.
Yeah, this is a good.
The Cathedral Church of St. John the Evangelist is better known as Salford Cathedral. It is the Roman Catholic cathedral for the region and was designed by Matthew Hadfield and opened on the 9th of August 1838. On the 25th of July 1851, William Turner was consecrated the first bishop of Salford. The cathedral's eastern window of 1856 depicts the history of Catholic Christianity in England.
Traffic lights here, there is a view across the meander of the River Irwell, with the West Pennine Moors in the distance. The grassed area, the meadow, in the foreground was the home of the earliest known cricket clubs in the region. The pleasant green space on the right we're approaching features statues of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert, surrounded by notable buildings. The oldest of these is the elegant central structure, and was adapted from a former private mansion called Lark Hill. This is now Salford Museum and Art Gallery. The museum and art gallery, with its interesting collections, are free of charge and contain a recreation of a 19th century Salford street, Lark Hill Place. The fierce red building to the left of the museum and art gallery as we look at it was opened as the Royal Technical Institute in 1896 by Henry Lloyd. The institute eventually became the University of Salford in 1967. The 60s buildings to the right comprise part of the university, which has more than 20,000 students. Notable alumni include the comedian Peter Kay and the co-songwriter and guitarist of the Smiths, Johnny Marr. The last house on the left here is the Working Class Movement Library, a treasure trove of pamphlets, magazines, books and other study materials, covering the vital role working class movements have played in creating our modern democracy.
Trident. So anyway guys, V168 MEV is here. Finish trident 02. Good noise. As you heard it this time, your O2 engine, the O2. This is the Baltimore. This is the
And Salford are cities of firsts. In the 19th century, Greater Manchester became the world's first modern industrial city. In politics, religion and society, ideas and organisations from Manchester include the free trade movement, the female suffrages movement and suffragettes, the trade union congress, and as we've seen, vegetarianism.
This area of Salford has changed significantly over the last couple of decades and is now dominated by the intersection of the M602 motorway. However, the spire of the Stowell Memorial Church on the right has overlooked the area since 1867 and was built by public subscription after the death of devoted minister Hugh Stowell to honour his life and work. The church was closed in 1981 and demolished in 1990, but the steeple was retained and actually serves as a telephone mast.
We are now approaching the headwaters of Manchester Ship Canal. In 1882, Daniel Adamson, the eminent Manchester engineer, organised a campaign for the construction of a canal to allow ocean-going traffic to sail inland as far as the city. Manchester Ship Canal was the largest single engineering project undertaken in 19th century Britain. Opened by Queen Victoria in 1894, the trade the canal generated, together with the largest industrial area of Trafford Park, helped bolster Manchester's industry for decades. In 1983, Salford City Council had acquired 220 acres from the Manchester Ship Canal Company. The area we're approaching was rebranded as Salford Quays, and redevelopment began in 1985. Between 1986 and 1990, the infrastructure of the docks modified to create an internal waterway network. Moorings and water sports facilities were provided, and a hotel, cinema, housing, and offices were built. The key to success was providing culture, retail, and food and drink. In the year 2000, the Lowry Theatre opened, which was the catalyst for the second and more successful phase of development. Attention, we will shortly be travelling underneath an electric tram cable. For your safety, please stay seated. Media City UK is the nation's largest concentration of media, principally occupied by almost 2,500 BBC staff, who started to arrive in 2011. Among the buildings is Key House, which broadcasts BBC Breakfast, Match of the Day, BBC Radio 5 Live, and North West Tonight. Then there's Bridge House, where Blue Peter, Mastermind, Dragon's Den, and CBBC are produced. In the main square of Media City UK is a large screen, and the dominant building is the studios with its strong colours. This contains 7 high-definition studios. One of the studios is occupied by the BBC Philharmonic Orchestra.
Moving on my own. I don't think she it's just not that bad. She's just I think yeah. But then I think we have the two. Whereas Sean was so dominated. This is everything much more. I mean, I have one in the television. It's observation. It's observation. She's not afraid you can go away. Well, but I just feel a little bit sometimes. Oh, she's an early bird, she gets up early. No, I think, 9 o'clock is quite nice for breakfast. Then I got up at 7. Yeah, and when I said to you,
kind of rain sound, yeah.
Please don't say early. I can see the relief in your face. Liz, I did think you say 9. Okay, I can do 9. Oh no. Try it again tomorrow, I think.
Most meg ott belámodtam valahogy megkapta egy kicsit. Klasszika már. A legjobb másként meg.
Well, she would have had it earlier. She did come in between and say.
Én egy erősebb kávé.
It was at 6:30. That's right, it was 6:30.
The Lowry is free to visit. This stainless steel building was designed by Michael Wilford and comprises 3 stunning theatres, an art gallery, a restaurant, a shop and conference facilities. It opened in 2000 and kick-started the redevelopment of the quays. It attracts several 100,000 people each year. The galleries are devoted to Manchester artist Lawrence Stephen Lowry and to temporary and visiting exhibitions. Lowry was born in Old Trafford, the home of Manchester United, but was a Manchester City supporter. He lived in Greater Manchester in various homes all his life. His work gradually gained fame during his lifetime, their deceptively simple nature and frequently homely themes creating populist appeal. He is famous for his industrial scenes, but should also be remembered for his eerie and desolate landscapes and seascapes.
The Manchester Ship Canal enabled the newly created Port of Manchester to become Britain's 3rd busiest port, even though the city was about 40 miles inland. Despite opening in 1894, it was never the commercial success its sponsors had hoped for. The amount of freight carried by the canal peaked in 1958 at 18 million tonnes. The increasing size of ocean-going ships and the port's failure to introduce modern container methods resulted in the volume of freight dropping steadily, and the closure of the docks in Salford in 1984, 90 years after its opening. The canal's water quality has improved in recent years, and there are now several nature reserves along its banks. Locally, increasing populations of ducks, Canada geese, and even swans can be observed. This area of the quays is also commonly used for water sports.
Szép az a rész.
Főleg ez. Például van az építkezés.
Igen.
Ez egy teljesen új városrész. Valahol volt generációt.
So this is round 2.
Pont koptál. Szerintem pont szoktak el, hogy mikor is a vízcentrikok kínáltad, ezt akartad.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, but South Africa could come up with it, why not? So the video's been released.
This area of Salford Quays is now one of the most rapidly developing areas of the city, with a mix of retail, business and leisure uses. The 21st century ship canal is symbolised not by ocean-going liners, but by giant projects located along the water's edge, such as the Trafford Centre shopping mall, Media City, and towering office and residential apartments. The lower reaches of the canal are still busy with shipping, particularly around the Queen Elizabeth II dock at Easton and the Stanlow oil refinery, carrying some 7 million tonnes of cargo, mostly oil, chemicals and grain. But the sighting of a cargo ship in the old Manchester docks area is now a rarity. There are, however, regular sightseeing trips between Liverpool and Salford, operated by Mersey ferries.
Welcome to Dummy Mummy. Trident.
The Trafford Swing Road Bridge on the right was built in 1892 and would swing open, allowing ocean-going cargo ships to travel to the upper reaches of the canal at Pomona docks. It was the largest and heaviest of the ship's canal swing bridges, weighing 1,800 tonnes. In July 1987, the bridge was listed as a Grade 2 structure, and in 1998, the bridge was refurbished and fixed in place as part of a scheme to widen the road to a dual carriageway, with the new bridge that we are driving on built alongside. As we turn right towards Old Trafford, notice on the left the two remnants of former ship canal warehouses, once so typical of the area. The Victoria warehouse today is actually a hotel and popular music venue. Our next stop is Old Trafford, home of Manchester United.
De már mikor? Lesznek a puzerezők.
De valamilyen 20-as szám szerintem az valami akar adni nekem valami.
Pénzt?
Aki számít, az tudja. Még nem áll.
Sokáig
Még nem. Itt irányított a Manchester. Igen. Szerintem az egy irányított. Igen.
Well, I have been to the Stagecoach.
Abbiamo già il gioco, stava da comprare, Ah.
I suppose they wouldn't do it.
Great, you're right. Ah.
They wouldn't give my money back. Just
Lagi naman, siya kumadaan mo, tapos kuma. Itada sa luksan nila. Ah.
you can Would I go on that website then?
Oh, no.
This.
Ready.
And you just forward your ticket. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ah. Ah. I did it.
Custom service.
ده انا كنا كنت بلان كده كده صار ده كمان كده ده ربط ده graduate
So we're back again for the more...
Manchester is far more than football, but certainly football provides Manchester with its 21st century dominant brand. The city is home to two of the most popular and successful football teams in the world, Manchester United and Manchester City. Of course, the city region's sporting heritage runs much deeper than football and includes the legacy of the 2002 Commonwealth Games, the successful and efficient coordination of which encouraged London to bid for the 2012 Olympic Games. An array of sporting events takes place year-round. Manchester United was founded as Newton Heath, Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Football Club in 1878. It changed its name to Manchester United in 1902, moving to its current stadium here at Old Trafford in 1910. Manchester United have won a record number of league titles and cups. In the 1998-99 season, the club became the first in the history of English football to achieve the treble of the Premier League, FA Cup and UEFA Champions League. The club vies with Spanish giants Real Madrid and Barcelona as the world's most valuable football brand. The Old Trafford capacity of around 76,000 makes it comfortably the largest club ground in the United Kingdom.
The Imperial War Museum North is an unusual structure and worth a walk around to get a feel for it. Designed by Daniel Libeskind and opened in 2002. To create the building's design, Libeskind placed a ceramic teapot in a plastic bag and dropped it out of the window. 3 of the broken shards he arranged as a world shattered by war in a pattern representing the 3 theatres of land, sea and air war. The message of the museum is stated as war shapes lives. This is delivered without judgment, the facts and stories laid before visitors and covers conflict since World War I. The temporary exhibitions are always worth visiting, and there are plenty of activities for kids, and of course a cafe and a shop.
Úgy ezek, mint egy ilyen tartalékon működő bankok, az egérke.
Coronation Street is a British TV institution.
Ez a Coronation.
First broadcast on December 9th, 1960, it is the longest-running serialised television drama in the world. The show was only commissioned for 6 episodes, and bosses at Granada TV were certain that it would be a failure. However, the British public became hooked on watching the lives of ordinary northern people living in working-class terraced houses. Until the late 1960s, all episodes were filmed within indoor sets at Granada's Key Street Studios in central Manchester. In 1968, Granada rented a railway yard alongside their studios to erect the programme's first purpose-built outdoor set. In 2014, the show moved to the Keys to form another area of Media City UK, and tours of the set can be pre-booked online.
Ezt az oldalon. Ezt a Coronation Street-et. 2014-ig itt forgatták. Legrégebbi, amit a szappanokra a barátok kezdtek.
Welcome, so basically it's the end of the day.
Ez mutatta beidőzött pedig életet, angol életet.
Yeah, it's trying to...
És akkor mindig a kocsmában találkoznak. A kocsmában forgatták. Régen, nagyon régen. Ez a stadion tényleg, nézd oda, látod? Ez a ott Trafford. Kísérták? Az a United stadion. A piros.
Tudom, hogy ez csak szórakozom.
De jobban nézzél.
Nem nézed elég. Ott vagyok a jobb szememre.
Ott vagyok? Ott vagyok, bazd meg.
Én vagyok postáső, bazd meg. Mióta? Anyám hordja ki a leveleket. Kell neki a mozdás.
So this is near the end of the Euro too.
Ez micsoda?
Üvegtigris. Csak mikor vagy. Anyám hordja ki a leveleket. Kell neki a mozgás. Doktor.
Ez melyik
Hogy
részben
van?
van?
Doktor. Tütütő vagyok.
Mi? Doktor?
Nem, ez nem akkor valamikor, nem a 3-ban? 2-ben? Mindegy, mondja. Hogy valamire visszavág, hogy én a postos, én bazd meg. Mióta? Anyám, hagyja ki a leveleket. Kell neki a mozgás.
Ez nem is hallom.
Zseniális. A fogsorát.
Hát te ezt tudsz, lesz ver vissza, azt elfelejtettem. Na, ezt se láttam még. Hát ez tényleg történet, ez a futball történelem. Ennél csak az idősebb a...
Ti! Nagyon nem
Cikene.
Hát én nem nagyon látszik. Én eljöhetnék azért. Ott van, oda nem jönnek el itt. Aztán csak ez a nem híres.
Ez a leghíresebb verseny.
Jöszik a napnéztem utána egy menet közben. Egy van. Lesz.
Hát azért ül ott az a sok ember benne a kocsmával.
Helyi bajnokság, nem is lehetnek sem.
Aztán ez a mondatok, hogy mi egy vagy, hogy we united together, vagy valami. Talán izének a Cofinak a kezdve.
Szombaton lesz.
United. Nagy United szintről.
Dennis, trident.
Azt meg tudod nézni, hogy nyuszik, ahogy nézem, hogy be lehetne menni. Látogatók kézben. Elég jól lehet közlekedni, nincs?
Igen.
As we make our way back to the city centre, let's contemplate more of Manchester's firsts. This time, in science and industry. Bolton is a scientific colossus of Manchester. His atomic theory, 1803, with its pioneering work on the constitutional elements, was the precursor of all modern chemistry. Offers lectures on meteorology turned the study of weather into a science. He was the first to describe color blindness. James Prescott Joule's name, 1819 to 1889, is the unit of energy, the joule, following his research into the mechanical equivalent of heat. Ernest Rutherford, working at Manchester University, discovered the nucleus of atoms and later how to split them in 1919. His assistant was Hans Geiger of the Geiger counter fame.
És olyan fura, hogy az írsort reklámozzák itt. Angliában. De már elmúlt dél.
És hogy nem jutással.
Angliában itt vagyunk, és mégis lehet azért alszom, hogy mindig jár.
Menjünk abban Mankiba, aztán üljünk ott le.
The outside circle of Murray,
Annyira úgy mondod.
commemorating his achievements.
Csak azért nem mondod, nem vettem, hogy annyira úgy mondod.
Conceived modern computing and through
Be!
of a NASA Germany.
Anya, folyamatosan változó, bármi megtörténhet.
The first computer with a stored program and memory, nicknamed the Baby, was developed at Manchester University in 1948 by Professors Tom Kilburn and Fred Williams. The first child of in vitro fertilization,
Liverpoolnak az a
was
mondája,
Louise
hogy
Brown,
nevű
born
vakkoló.
in Oldham General Hospital.
Ekkora nem
Coming to the city centre, there is a large church on the left.
Igen,
This is
ilyenek
St.
vannak.
George's Church and was designed by
George,
Francis
St.
Goodwin
George's.
and opened in 1828. It
1828.
has now been deconsecrated and converted into apartments. The tower is one large apartment of 9 floors.
Igen, de cuki. Kis terasza. Itt szokottam ránézni.
Finally.
Ő ráér, olyan türelmetlen. Ő ott ül és kávézik. A pedó az...
Megvárja, amíg elérik.
As we've shown you around Manchester and Salford, you must have noticed the scale of new developments under construction. £multi-billion investment in business, infrastructure and transport is flowing into the city, both domestically and globally. Huge multinational corporations, such as the BBC, have already relocated away from London to Manchester. As Manchester's population continues to soar, so does the demand for new high-rise residential developments, including properties that now dwarf Beaton Tower, for years the tallest building outside London.
Simán találkozol vele.
Kivel? Ez ki?
A halál.
Jala?
Ugye
Ja,
a
az nem
városban
egy nagy
nyaralásokon,
képviselő.
nem tudom,
Jó, mondjuk azért
Elég nagy
Monaco
arccal,
meg szokott jelenni izébe. Ilyen szuper sportkocsikkal, meg van egy csaja.
igen, azt láttam, hogy ez meg mindegyik sportot
De az
csinálja.
igen. De aki nagyon kedvencem, az a francia, az a kis fekete. Nem.
Szegény gyerek.
Van egy fekete középpályás, aki még mai napig is biciklivel meg ilyen izével
Ja,
jár.
tudom, mondtad, mikor voltam.
Mutatták is, a TikTokon jönnek azt hiszem izébe játszik a Párizsba, Saint-Germainbe.
De már nem is fiatal.
Nem, az is afrikai. És azt elment születésnapra, és vitt egy tábla csokit, mert őt sose hívtak meg. Egyik sportársának, hogy vittek ilyen nagy haznai ajándékot, hogy vitt egy tábla csokit, mert hát nem tudta, hogy mit vinni a sose hívták meg ilyen szülőnapra. És ott a hülyére keresse magát, de még most is ilyen izére jár, ilyen biciklinek. Nem tudja a pénzt értékét felvenni.
Igen, látom, hogy még amikor még minivel megy, mindenki jön, ahogy hívják,
Olyan
kapva,
nagy izékkel.
extra botok, ő meg egy kis minivel, szóval egy kis cukika.
Jó játszik, én bírom azt a pasit. Mert volt a nagy örömkörés, hogy megnyertek valami kupát, a francia EB, akkor is úgy kellett oda rángatni, hogy
Ja, hogy megemelje meg a kupát.
mert ő nem tudta, hogy ő megérdemli, hogy ilyen
We are now approaching Liverpool Road and the Science Museum Square, which heralds the entry into Castlefield. It is one of the strongest urban landscapes in the UK, a place where the Romans settled in Manchester and where the oldest industrial age canal meets the oldest passenger rail station in the world.
Tehát érdekes az épület, ez nem
menjünk el, nézzünk meg olyat. Úgy érzem, hogy láttam a szőkének az összes árnyalatát.
Ja, most itt mi lesz? Ki az erősebb?
Erősebb kutya.
Ez a busz.
Elvett alkalmazzák.
On the other side of Liverpool Road is the basin of the Bridgewater Canal and the outdoor arena. This section opened in 1765, the first proper artificial navigation for industry in this country.
Patkányok, üdő, repülő.
The first building on the left here is the oldest and first passenger railway station in the world. This was the Manchester end of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway, which was opened in 1830. The immediate success of the railway meant it was copied across the country and then across the world. The station building is part of the Museum of Science and Industry, which is the next stop for this tour. People of all ages, especially families, will enjoy visiting the museum, and entry is free. The range of exhibitions is huge, covering steam engines, space, cotton, gas, water, electricity, computers, photography, aviation, Manchester's history, the city's part in pioneering achievement, and also a planetarium.
Egy óra vonat. Vagy 45 perc.
Egy óra vonat? Aha.
45 perc.
Ezt a fokacsát, az a vörös, a fehér izével, angollal. Fish. Na, produce interesting. Well, kell vegyünk egy fish and chips.
Dominating everything is Beacon Tower by Manchester's Simpson Hoff architects. It is 47 stories tall, was completed in 2006 and cost £150 million, split between the Hilton and private apartments. At level 23 is Cloud 23, the viewing bar and top floor of the hotel. At 168 metres or 551 feet, Beacon Tower is easily the tallest building outside London. It delivers a stark, simple profile to the city, although its slender profile from east to west is dramatic. The ratio of 1 to 10 is one of the thinnest skyscrapers anywhere. The architect himself, Ian Simpson, lives on the top floor duplex, which spans the whole building and includes an internal garden of lime, lemon and oak trees. Bridgewater Hall opened in 1996 and was the first freestanding concert hall built in the UK since 1951.
Igen.
It's the home of Manchester's Hallé Orchestra, one of the oldest permanent professional orchestras in the world.
Visszamegyünk most van. Mit szólnátok hozzá, hogy este stoppolnánk?
Én bár.
Imádom stoppolni.
Van a kis báró, ott támasszák a falakat.
Hát anya, azt téged nem, szerintem minket Palival igen. Köszönöm.
Körben értjük.
Nem. Nem szólsz.
And then the end of the tour, so anyone subscribed to this driving to enthusiast, like and comment. I'll get try and get because I can. Seats aren't too bad on this bus. Seats are alright on there.
Az lerobban. Nem,
That's what I've been for dinner. Yeah, so
No. Why St. Peter's? That's that film I saw, you know, with the massacre.
Oh,
So really? Do you know? Yes. Then you can get it. We always recent film I watched it. Oh my God, you should. Well, if you're down the walkie, so they'll tell you the history.
Paramount, Freehouse, Südöző már ezzel dübörög.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Manchester Central Library opened in 1934. The opening was attended by King George V. Manchester school children before the event were given handkerchiefs printed with the brave words, "Knowledge is power." That remains true today, as does the library's popularity.
So this is... Almost finishes. Anyway, subscribe to this Trident enthusiast, like a comment. Just glad that all this is over now for me. It's been a long...
Midland Hotel was built in 1903 by Charles Trubshaw for the Midland Railway Company. On May 4th, 1904, Charles Rolls met local manufacturer Frederick Royce in the hotel. Together, they created the Rolls-Royce Motor Company. Inside Adam Reed's celebrated French restaurant, diners have included Winston Churchill and General Patton. The Beatles were once refused entry because they were dressed inappropriately.
And your Manchester tour is complete. We hope you've learned some new facts about Manchester's rich history of innovation and achievement. We would like to thank you for travelling with us, and we hope you found the tour to be enjoyable. Remember that your ticket is valid for 2 days, giving you the opportunity to explore some of the sights you've seen on this tour. When leaving the bus, please make sure that you have all your personal belongings with you.
Hi, I'm Dominic Monaghan, Main CUNY.
Go round again.
Out of service now.
It's finished, is it?
Out of service now.
It's alright. We wondered whether it was doing the last one, but obviously.
This is the last one. This was the last one.
I was just like the tram. Yeah.
Up. Just open it up. Oh, open it. We'll find a local Showing you all the outside bits before we go. So seats ain't too bad. There's a pink seat here for you if you're a girl. Seat ripped. There we are. Bus is now back to the deck.
On the bus stop there. It's same. Go. There's no blue line on the metro. There's not a blue line on the tram. They don't go under colours, they go under names. They go under a name, not under colour.
So, Hanover destination control. So let's look at the trident. So this is all we painted up. So here's the it doesn't say about the height, but I'd imagine it's about 14.5. It doesn't say about the feet, how much foot it is. But I'd imagine this is probably about 13.10 or 14.5. So that's what I'd imagine it probably will be. It'd probably be about that tall. So which tall, like 18467. So I imagine. Yeah. Thanks. So we're gonna watch it leave. Why not? Just felt like it. The tour's now finished for today. The bus is back to the depot. V168 MEV, Euro 2 Dennis Trident AX 400 back to the depot after doing the 2 o'clock tour. This is back off now, nothing says to the depot. There's Bury via Manchester. So she's off back to depot. Anyway, we'll show you the timetable before we leave, so you know what the buses are like. 21 minutes past 3 already. I'm off to the Science Museum to have a look at the gaming area and something else. So we'll have a look at the timetable here, so just to clarify what you know and what you don't know about. So the pink timetable is for the pink days, so like today as it's done the 10:30, the 12 o'clock and the 2 o'clock from here to tour from Bridgewater Hall where we are and back to Bridgewater Hall where we are now, which is every only 3 buses a day. Then you got your blue days, which are like 10:30, 2 buses, so they're like 10:30, 11:15 every hour. The last one at 3 o'clock. So the buses, so April, all throughout April, from the 10th to the 13th of April, apart. So basically from there to there is the pink timetable. Does operate on the 14th because of the parade. Then all the pink days up until, let's say, the 28th are the pink days, so like this one. Then I operate Mondays and Tuesdays apart from the bank holiday Mondays, so, and then on the Sunday then all of them throughout the season, and all throughout the season, the summer season, Monday, so this is different, so we've got the 4th and the 5th and the 6th, 9th, 10th, pink days, 11th, 11, blue day. 12, pink day. Then 15, 16, 17, pink day. 18, blue day. 19, pink day. 20, 22nd, 23rd and 24th, pink day. 25th, blue day. 26, suspended. 27, blue day. 29, 30 and 31st, pink days. Then throughout the season, June, July, August, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, pink days. Saturday and Sunday, blue days. On the 24th of September, doesn't operate, it's suspended. Saturday the 24th of September, which is coming up this weekend, will not be operating the site here due to the parade. Due to runs and parades. So yeah. Anyway guys, thanks for watching Dennis Trident Enthusiast. First time we filmed Euro 2 for Euro 2 Dennis Trident X400 for a while. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Dennis Trident Enthusiast, like and comment, and see you later. Peace out. Good.